Hello everyone, hello, and welcome back to another stream. Hello, did you miss me? Maybe not, who knows. Still, it's good to be back again. It is indeed good to be back again. Wow, what a start, Sven. What a start. I'm pretty sure I can't read that one. It's too early into the stream for me to be able to read that. It's way too early for me to do that. Still, welcome back, Sven. And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Man, is it good to be back again. After that Eldiver stream. That Eldiver stream was pretty good. I like that. That was fun. That was pretty fun. But today we got lots of work to do on another front, which is well, in another world yet again, in the Oregon Reach. So, but yeah, before that, I wanted to continue the talk we had yesterday, notably about localization, because I just saw a tweet recently, notably about the translation of a character skill, like for new for basically how is it called again? A costume, yeah, a new costume, new character costume, basically. In the case of Digital Agnes, yeah. So well, Agnes Digital, sorry, I always get her name in reverse for some reason. But yeah, basically, they in the Zhongji costume, they basically demolished the translation of a skill name for some reason, while at the same time keeping the whole Zhongji translation for some reason. Rooster, welcome. I couldn't get kicked from YouTube. Now I have my real account. If something happening in YouTube, it's beyond my reach. Well, don't worry, Sven will take care of that. Sven will go talk to the YouTube CEOs. He got his ways. Whether he goes there with a pipe bomb or not, that's a different topic. That's most likely a different topic. Cool, the Steam support. The Steam support is about to send a breaching team inside. But yeah, basically, in the case of Agnes Digital's skill, it was basically supposed to be hold on, let me refine it. Basically, if needed to be revived by Moe, it was made to be like that. Like, it was translated that way by the fan translators that enjoyed Ima Musume before the yen version got released. Because yeah, I will read the translation they used just now. The Moe, thanks for my life. And even the translation of the skill is bad, because nobody's skills translation are pretty much just technical description of what the skill does, and now they decided to add this part: thimp hard and increase velocity when positioned mid pack, etc, 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 etc. And there are at least 3 beautiful Radiant Yuma Musume nearby. No, it's the skill that the Umamusume's got. Like each Umamusume got, well, even their costume version, that other their alt version got different skills, like a main skill, so to speak. And yeah, mm, in the case of digital Agnes Digital right now, even the translation of the skill is bad because they managed to add Simp Hard and at least 3 beautiful radiant Umamusume nearby. It would have been just 3 Umamusume nearby and that was it. They decided to add on the skin, on the skill description for some reason. Just because, oh, it would fit Agnes so fast, so well. And yeah, we don't care. But yeah, basically they are just doing whatever the fuck they want with the localization at this point. It's really bad and I hate it, and I probably will drop Umamusume Global like many others since the discourse started. To be fair, many had seen it before, I just didn't hear about it until recently. But it seems that there are many changes that they have pushed forward with. Even making sure that despite us choosing our gender at the start of the game, the gender of our trainer at the very least, they now are pushing for the use of well, I guess I will describe them that way, but that wouldn't fit, but non-binary pronouns for the trainer, which serve absolutely no purpose when you already start by choosing basically your gender at the start of the game. I don't understand localizer and don't want to understand them, and I despise them, really. Those guys aren't people. I am sorry to say, but those guys aren't people. I refuse to recognize them as people. The same way as I don't understand, well, I refuse to think of game journalists as people. They aren't people. They are lower than people. But yeah, what has happened? Basically, Sven, Cygame decided to publish, or at least the EN localization team decided to act proud of their localization and basically push a sort of document, I guess I could say, where they showcase how they translated the game, etc. The issue is most of the translation are bad. Like, they erased Gyaru culture. They are now erasing part of the skills names to transform them into something they aren't. Basically removing every reference that were made with that skill name. Because, for example, Revive by Moe was a direct link to the costume that Agnes Digital was wearing, which is a Janshi costume, which is basically a Chinese zombie. And now that they transformed the name of the skill into whatever the fuck they did, it makes no sense at all. There is no link between the two. There is also the translation of the skill, but no, the surname of fuck, can't remember the name. Fuck, I can't remember her name. Maruzensky. Here we go. The surname of Maruzensky is Supercar. The problem is they translated it to Outroad, which is extremely bad. The two got no relation to one another. Especially when they say Supercar in English in the original translation. Or at least they use kanji to put it there, but still, that's basically the same word. Same thing with Merry Christmas, which is transformed to Happy Holidays. when they say Happy Christmas in Japanese, you can hear it, etc., etc. There are so many things that are bad about that translation. And yeah, they published everything about it and seemingly were proud of their work, despite it being, well, basically destroying everything about it. Everything that about Uma Musume, about the original intent of the creator. So yeah, it's kind of neat. I just saw that they just published that new character today, or at least the character description before they add it tomorrow. And yeah, well, not Uma Musume itself. Well, we did the area for the transition position, blue and red girl with no piercing. I can't remember, but they are named in the document in question. They are named, and yeah, basically they went to Japan and live there, and are paid. Also, just to note, they are paid the bare minimum. They are the pay you get as a translator for video game, etc. Basically for nothing that is considered essential for society, like, you know, technical books and stuff like that, which are properly translated in any language. I can tell you that much. Basically, any other position than that is paid basically, well, minimum wage. Well, close to that at the very least. So they are there in Japan being paid minimum wage for this job, and they are making the most of it by ruining any potential franchise that they come across. The issue is, even Japan is starting to wake up to that kind of translation style that those people got, and those guys might lose many opportunities that way. Yeah, it's a very bad salary for translation of cultural work, I guess you could say. They are paid minimum wage, but in a way that makes sense. In a way that does make sense. But still, even if the pay is bad, it doesn't justify destroying the meaning of another's work, basically. So yeah, I hope that Cygames does listen to people and to the voice of the consumers in the end of it, and actually, you know, do better, like do much better, like average anime studio animator. Yes or no? Yeah, animator are still paid more than translator, that's for sure. They are not paid that well for the work they do, but still, they are still paid more than localizer by a fair margin. Like, if the minimum, let's say minimum wage would be 1.5 thousand dollars, animators would go around 2K, if not 2K5 in comparison. Like, there is still a fair margin. I'm still waiting for them to add the real world horse KBD toilet. Yeah, I'm much more wants, how is it called? That was it Master of Arm or Master of Ceremonies? One of the two. That was a fucking great name. I love the name of that horse. I absolutely can't wait for one such horse to be added into the game. But that won't be for now, that's for sure. They need to have an actual palmarès to even get added to Uma Musume. They need to have some sort of history at least, which isn't the case for any of the horses we mentioned just now. You know what? I will allow it. I will allow it. That one horse from Berserk. Yeah, that one, yeah. That one is quite special, yeah. Adding it to Uma Musume will be kind of funny, but in another way, yeah, let's not do that. Plus, male horses don't exist in Uma Musume, so that wouldn't work anyway. There is no male horse girl. And yeah. No, there are none. Not even no, there are none. But yeah, I'm extremely disappointed with the way the entire translation is handled when it comes to Yuma Musume. So I just greatly hope that Cygames does correct the course. Because for now, until things are fixed, I won't touch the game again. I won't play it on stream. I won't do any of that. If anything, I'm more likely to go back to the Japanese version more than anything. That has pushed me to want to go this way instead of continuing on the official translation. And that's the same for many things. I'm pretty sure I talked about ReZero's author looking at the English translation in preparation to the next season of ReZero. And yeah, he discovered that basically many things were mistranslated to the point where characters' personality changed in the translation. So much so that they weren't the same anymore, and as such, making the character unable to function within the story the way they are meant to be. Like, basically, there would be a sort of clash between their personality and their role within the story, to the point where it might be harmful to the story, especially in the late stage of the story as it is now. This game doesn't work like Poe, right? You don't need to take care of the master, you have right. No, you basically, if you quit the account, you have to, just like any gacha game, basically the game is on pause and whatever happens. You don't have to touch them or anything. You can come back and your Yurimas will still be there. But yeah, I definitely won't touch Yuma Musume ever again. For now, that's for sure. Still have my betting receipt on betting on gold chip when I was 18. Damn. That's cool. That's actually very cool. But yeah, no, as I was saying, the author of ReZero was quite disappointed to see that his story was butchered that way, and that his character were butchered that way by the localization team. Simply because they decided on this change by themselves. So yeah, at this point, I'm not surprised by anything localization team do. It has been the same since the 80s, but right now it's probably the worst because somehow they keep doing it and they feel themselves so untouchable that they are proud of it and allow themselves to basically post such documents online to say, hey, look what we did. We basically butchered every character that you love. Don't you like it? I'm sure you like it, right? They are glad of doing what they do. And they feel that there is no potential consequences that can come their way. So yeah, I think we truly need to get Japanese company more involved with their products. Because as I said, that is one of the main reasons piracy still exists. Our full translation that completely remove the author intent and mischaracterize the character in the story, as well as transform the story itself, that won't be accepted by anyone that that enjoys the story and that discovered it through piracy. They will prefer to stay a pirate than buy the official version. Because yeah, the official version is shit. And as such, I don't see why I would pay money to get a worse product when I can get it for free, so to speak, by just downloading it online. Yeah, I think that is a clear angle of attack that we could use to get Japanese company more involved. If you make them understand that they are losing money because the translation are so awful, people prefer to go to other sources than to read the official text, then yeah, maybe that will raise alarm bells and maybe they will take a step to actually remove localizers that are harmfully impacting sales of their products. It reminds me of that gacha game concept where your heroine will get NTR'd if you didn't check up daily. Is that gacha game real? I don't know. It's most likely the case, knowing this this kind of gacha game, but I am not really aware of the game itself being like this, or at least of a game like this existing. So but I would say that's most likely possible, if anything. But yeah, no, I had to come back to the whole localization discourse really quick and talk about that, because yeah, things are not looking good. And the industry will continue to lose money so long as no one does a thing about rogue localizers transforming stories because they feel themselves to be writers instead of translators.